Hello and welcome to Wild Owl TV. So I've got a very special little video to do today because me and Rich McD are down by the River Frome in Jubilee Park, which is our little patch for monitoring river water quality and the quality of the invertebrates there, in particular riverflies. So Rich is going to tell you about it. So morning Rich.
Hi there.
Right then, okay, tell us about why we're here.
So Ian and I have been on some special training to monitor the levels of riverfly, specific species that are in our local rivers, as a monitor for how healthy the river is. So there are certain species that they want to encourage, others that obviously they don't. So what we have to do is on a monthly basis, I'm not sure what you call it, dredge the river, do some special monitoring to get a sample from the riverbed, and then we then compare it with a wonderful chart that we have here that tells us all the different species that should or shouldn't be in there. And then
we've got different caddisfly and stoneflies, wing larvae, shrimp. That's mayfly larvae.
The one that they don't want is what's the name of that shrimp that they don't want us to see?
It's the signal crayfish.
That's the one, yeah.
Yes.
So we've got to obviously report back to the Riverfly partnership on what we do find. And there's whole loads of us doing this on all sorts of rivers all over the West Country. And hopefully they can draw some really good statistics on it, on the health of the river.
Yeah.
As you can see today, the water level
very low, isn't it?
It's very low. Obviously, on the back of the drought that we've had, it still hasn't recovered up to its normal river levels. So we'll do some video of us doing our monitoring, and we'll see what we get.
Thanks very much, Rich. Okay, so we're going to start the process now of disturbing the bed of the river, and what we're hoping to do is to, if there are any larvae or anything of interest hiding under stones and in amongst the gravel, we're going to catch it in the net. Now this, once we've got the results from this little patch here in Chipping Sodbury, we'll be sending our results to the Bristol Avon Rovers Trust, who were working in the Riverfly partnership and the Environment Agency, and all of the data from the various project sites. There's lots of volunteers along our section. There's other volunteers that are doing the same as me and Rich. Once a month we're doing this, send the results in, and they get an idea of what or what isn't living in our local river system. So of course for me and Rich this is very much on our doorstep, so it's very relevant, and although we don't have the rivers coming through our gardens, it's really important because it is a factor that affects all of the biodiversity along the river. 1 minute timer. 1 hour, 1 minute.
I'll do it for an hour.
We're going. Okay. So we're disturbing the bed of the river here. Don't need to move the net. I'm going to do this for 1 minute. So we'll come back to you in a minute because I'm sure you don't want to watch Rich McD's feet for a minute.
Quite sandy.
Okay.
Substrate.
So we've done a minute. Okay, so if we lift the net up, just what do we got? Well, the good thing is we don't seem to have any signal crayfish, so that is
good sign.
A good sign. So we do have something in there. So we'll pop that in the bucket and do the next swoop. Okay, so set the timer again. 1 minute.
So this is our second chosen spot. Let's see what we get from here.
A bit more hopeful, right? Here it feels deeper. So we're just disturbing the sediment. First, surprising how deep a riverbed is. It's surprising how once you get through the stones you really do get into the sediment, and of course that's another habitat for all sorts of creatures. See what
we got?
We don't have. So again, good thing is we don't appear to have any signal crayfish. So could be some invertebrates in there, we'll have to see later on. Okay. Okay then, so how many have we done so far? We've done 2 so far. So let's just try again. In a different section of the river now.
This is by the outflow from the quarry, so we're interested to see what effect.
Sorry, Rich.
Thanks, Ian. See what effect these outflows have here. This looks very deep and very fast running here, despite the fact there's not a lot of water in the river. So again, this is another minute and we'll come back in a minute's time.
Okay, lift up some stones now.
This is the second part of the exercise, isn't it? So this is not kicking now, this is now lifting up stones and seeing what we disturb.
Oh, there's still something there. What's that there? That was interesting. I had something in there. Oh, some of these stones are
Stuck down.
cemented to the... Okay.
Okay, so that's a minute's worth of that. And we'll go back to our second spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're now back to our second location and we're going to lift some stones here. And we've been joined by Lizzie and Rose, who are also on our team of people who are doing... Let's have a wave.
This looks like a guest presenter, Rich.
It is.
Always run out of things to say and always say the wrong thing. Thanks.
Yeah, we're good at saying the wrong thing, aren't we? So it's quite interesting. The makeup of the river here is quite different from where we were a minute ago down by the outlet.
I'm just saying, actually, it's good to have a guest presenter, and suddenly it's dawned on me that actually, is this about me doing all the work and getting
Yeah.
my hands cold?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know I
do you
am
know what?
thinking that you were.
Yeah,
I think it was a little bit one side.
yeah, yeah. I did the first kicking. Thank you. Ian's only
I
jealous.
should do
'cause
the
my,
last-
Ian's
should do
only
the-
jealous because my Wellingtons are yellow.
I should do the kicking in a minute.
Yeah,
Right,
I'll
we
do-
didn't do a minute,
right.
do we?
pretty close.
But we're experts at this, as you can see.
Pretty close.
So, Rick, tell me about the life cycle of the Riverfly caddis.
Well, it lives for 128 years
No, it doesn't.
and grows to 5 feet long. And towards its maturity, it eats little kids.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently so.
It's amazing. You know what?
Yeah,
you learn on
did you
Wild-
not know that's where it came
what
from?
you learn on Wild Owl TV. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
amazing.
amazing, isn't it? I think we're going to turn this camera off now.
Oh, well. Okay, so do apologise for the standard of narration in the last little segment. We're back to normal standards here, and we've got him working. Look underneath the stones as well, I believe. Actually, I didn't do that just now.
That's a bit of man-made stone, I think, looking at the shape of that.
I grew up in Winterbourne. We used to go down the River Frome at Bury Hill, bottom of Winterbourne Hill, and pick up stones, and we always found bullheads and things like that. Can't say I was looking for Riverfly back then now.
Well, they did the eel release project down here last year as well.
Oh, eel release?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So the kids did that, and they released all the silver eels, all the juvenile eels.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it'd be interesting
Elvers.
long term, the elvers, yeah. To see whether we ever
Yeah.
come across any again.
Sorry, Ian, I appear to have picked up a stick and a stone. I assume we can exclude those.
That's okay.
That's a stickfish.
Right then, that's our 1 minute then, Rich.
That would be a stonefish.
That's a stonefish. Watch them, they're deadly poisonous.
Right,
Okay then.
that's it. So in theory, that's the sampling done.
Right.
Which of course should only take 5 minutes. We've been here an hour.
Have you?
No, we haven't. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got.
We haven't been doing it for an hour, have we? Right. Help me with this, Elliot. I'm not really good at this.
If if you put it in, things in there will probably think that's a hair, and then you can lift them out.
No, what is that? That looks like a... That's not a crane fly larvae, is it? I think that
How do you make videos of that?
Are they aquatic?
Apparently they are, because I seem to remember Martin saying, oh, that's just a crane fly larvae. I'm like, oh,
I've got a caddis, I think.
yeah, that could be. Get rid of the thing it's sitting on. There it is.
Oh, that's a different name.
Unless that's another crane fly larvae, is it? Or is it a caseless caddis or just another larva?
Something different, isn't it?
I think it's another crane fly.
Surprising, the more that you look, the more you see.
Much more. And also
Yes, we found that on our training, didn't we? That you get your eye in.
Yeah.
You might find lots of those.
I'm surprised. I'm sort of struggling. There's Gammarus, definitely, and there's those two larvae, which I think possibly are the same thing, but I'm not certain. And,
I mean, it shows the river has life, and that sounds obvious,
nothing
but
in there.
you know,
That's
you can't
important.
always assume that, can you? And of course, if you have
I
any
don't think you
build
got
up
anything in
in
that one.
chemicals in the river system, the first thing that's going to go is going to be these more vulnerable
well,
little
that's
creatures, isn't
exactly
it?
what it's for, because they. That's how the Environment Agency monitors water quality. They do the biological and the chemical, and the biological is looking at this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We might be
And diversity, of course, is the other thing.
No,
The
we're
more
okay, just
diverse
half an hour.
Yes.
species you're finding,
Can you come when you can?
the better that is, because when you have just a smaller cross-section of species, it shows you that there's not a wide level of biodiversity in the water, the river system.
So what have we found so far then, Ian, do we think?
Your guess is as good as mine, Rich.
Lots of freshwater shrimp.
I told you when we started this, I do owls.
Yeah. Well, we haven't found any owls in here, have we?
No owls.
That's a good start.
No.
But distinct lack of crayfish,
Which is really good.
which is really
We
good.
really thought we'd find some signal crayfish,
Yeah.
but no.
Right.
Well,
That is something, I think.
Go for it. Go for it with your turkey baster.
This, I think, is one of those, if I can find him. Where is he? No, where is he?
Do you mean that one there?
Possibly, yes. Is that him? Is that him? Is he
I
trying
think that's
to...
where he went.
Yeah. Let's just see if I can
no,
stick that
you
in.
missed it.
Did I? Oh, there he is. There,
you
that's
didn't, huh?
something. That is definitely one of these, I think that's one of these blue wings, one of those two, I'm wondering, or a stone. Because we didn't see any of these guys. Did you see any of those guys?
Oh, we had one of those.
Did you?
Yes.
One of those, do we?
Yes, when we were training.
on the trainer.
That, can you
So
see
this is what we're
who's
looking
got a
for,
magnify?
folks.
Did you say you have got something to magnify or not?
Not with us.
Right, because you need to count how many tails.
Mayfly, blue-winged olive, stoneflies. These are
Anybody
all
see-
different
look, Rose, can you see?
invertebrates
If
that
you-
we're
in
looking
this-
for as
in this
indicators
window,
of the
can you
health.
see? I'm trying to see how. Oh, it's two of them.
of the
Brilliant.
environment.
Got two of them. And that has got 3 tails, I think. What do you think? That's three tails. 3 tails. And there's 2 of them in there. They're both, I think, the same. One there, one there. And I would say it's partly the swimming, isn't it? It's the swimming style. I think my guess would be the olive. What do you think? I think it's more that one than that one. Oh, they're both olives. Oh, which one? Not the blue wing is what I'm thinking. It's difficult to see. He's there. One of them's there. Because one of them, they were swimming. Oh, look, here's another. Actually, we've got another one in there with the. We picked up the larvae. See, they're all here. It's just they're hidden with all this detritus.
Yeah.
There's another one there. So we can scoop him out and put him in with them because there's 3 at least. Whether they're all the same, I'm not certain.
I'll go.
That one, how's he swimming? And this one's quite fast because one of them's quite a slow swimmer,
Yes.
isn't it? And one of them's a fast. Oh, actually, there's another little. See, even just in those things we've scooped up, we've found because you can't see in here. I think the next time we either need to try and sort of filter out some of this all this detritus, because it makes it pretty difficult to fish it all out.
Stuff moving and all, it's all alive.
It's all there, you just can't see it until you've pulled it out.
It's good though. There is a good cross section, isn't there?
We were a little worried, weren't we, that the net looked rather empty.
That's a shrimp.
Mummy.
Yeah, what's up? I'm looking for caddies. I thought you'd see caddies. I can't see anything there.
Okay, so we're going to get ourselves back home now, put these invertebrates back into the river, and that is the end of our first Riverfly monitoring session here on the Frome in Jubilee Park in Sodbury. So Rich, what do you reckon then?
Yep, I think that was very successful. I think we've learned a lot. Definitely going to bring something to knee along, because my poor knees are killing me.
Yeah, I think next time it's going to be hot tea and scones as well, isn't there?
It's definitely an ice cream.
Make an event of it, yeah.
Yes, definitely. But no, thank you, Ian, for helping me with that.
No, you're welcome. Thank you, Liz and Rose, as well, for their help. They've just ridden off to go swimming, not on the river, I should hasten to add.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a really, really nice morning. When Rich tried to rope me into this project, I was a little bit reluctant to get involved in anything else because of all the other things I do without any income, but I'm really glad, because it's been really good fun, and it's just fantastic and fascinating to see the different things that are living in our local river, and very, very important to the life along the river. And we've learned a lot of things today, and hopefully that's given you an insight into why these rivers are so important, because as I've said before, when you look at a river like we have here, which we all take for granted around Chipping Sodbury and around Yates, but there is life in these shallow sections. Of course, in the winter it will be a lot deeper, and that small invertebrate life is the key to the food chain, and anything that happens, whether it's a chemical spill or pollution or any sorts of pollutions, or even like we mentioned about the signal crayfish, which luckily we haven't found any signal crayfish in this stretch, so that's good at the moment, because they have a devastating impact on the ecology along the river. So we've just really established that our little patch here on our project patch is really, really well diverse, and there's good life which can sustain fish and other life. So we're really pleased, and we're going to now send the results to the Bristol Avon Rovers Trust. So thanks for watching Wildlife TV. Hope you enjoyed that. See you again soon. Bye.